Do you feel like you're behind where you wanted to be by this point in your life financially? Well, I can guarantee you are not alone on this. Whether you're looking at friends and family or comparing yourself to other people on social media, it's easy to think that you could be doing better. Many of us work our asses off for what sometimes feels like little reward, only to watch other people fly by with ease. A lot of the time we think the grass is always greener, but we often don't stop and look at what we already have. So in this video, I'm going to share 7 signs you're doing well financially, even if you feel behind. So number 1 is being debt-free or having manageable debt. If you live debt-free or have manageable debt, then you are doing better than a lot of people. Keeping debt to manageable levels and making progress towards being debt-free is a sign you're doing financially well. Nearly 13 million households in the UK have savings below £1,500, and some of these households have no savings at all. And just remember, if you see someone you know buying lots of fancy things, it doesn't always mean they are wealthy, and they may have bought this using debt. So number 2 is having the freedom of choice when it comes to work. You may have friends or family that can't stand their job, but unfortunately they may not be in a position to move due to a lack of skill, a lack of savings, money commitments, or perhaps they spend everything they earn, and moving jobs may result in a pay cut which is simply unaffordable. If you have the flexibility to decide on whether to move job and try something new and not stay in a job you hate, then you are doing better than a lot of people. And remember, most people won't earn as much as they feel they deserve, so don't let this get you down, and if anything, you should try to use this as a driving force to push you forward to get what you deserve. So the number 3 point is paying bills on time. If you are able to pay your bills on time, then you should be pleased that you can afford to do so. Many people can't afford to, either due to a lack of financial discipline or they just don't earn enough, which can lead to many problems such as late fees, interest payments, damaged credit scores, repossessions of goods, evictions, just to name a few. In a survey by the FCA, at least 1 in 4 adults in the UK were either in financial difficulty or would fall into trouble if they suffered a shock. If you have a steady source of regular income to cover your bills, it's a sure sign you are doing well financially, and you should be thankful you have this money coming in. So number 4 is having an emergency fund. This is such an important thing that many people do not have. Ideally, you should have 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses set aside in a savings account, but even if you don't, then saving any amount of money every month is better than saving nothing and means you're heading in the right direction. Did you know that 40% of people in the UK have less than 1 month's living costs saved in the absence of work? And 1 in 3 people have less than £1,500 saved. And 15% of people in the UK have no savings at all. Having an emergency fund makes you prepared for life's curveballs and is a big weight off your shoulders when something inevitably goes wrong. And remember, it's not unusual for a savings account to take many years to save, so don't worry if you only have a fraction of where you want to be. The fact you are on the journey to saving one is what matters. So 5, having financial goals. If you have financial goals and actively set aside a portion of your income for the future, then it's a strong indicator you're doing well financially. Whether it's contributing to a retirement fund, saving for your child's university, or saving to start your own business, the fact you have this additional cash and you are putting it towards something that will benefit you in the future shows you're on the right track. Social media will have you thinking that lots of people have a multi-million-pound portfolio and are driving around in Porsches and Lambos by the age of 30. But in reality, this really isn't common. Even if your goals are taking longer than you hoped, just making slow and steady progress towards your goals is an accomplishment. You also don't need to be saving 40 or 50% of your income like many people on YouTube may have you believing. In the UK, savings rates are about 5% per month, and in America is even worse than that. So if you are saving more than 5% of your monthly income, you're doing better than most. And just remember, investing now may not seem like it's doing much, but you will really reap the rewards later down the line. So number 6 is growing your income. Doing well financially doesn't mean you have to be the richest person you know. If your earnings grow over time and you don't spend the additional income and maintain the same lifestyle, then your net worth will grow over time, and this is a major accomplishment. Did you know half of Americans earning more than 100k are living paycheck to paycheck because they spend it on things they feel they deserve, just as their income grows? Now, don't get me wrong, if you've worked your ass off, then don't forget to treat yourself every once in a while, because life is for living and you don't know what's around the corner. But just don't blow it all and keep your long-term goals in sight. And just make sure you don't give in to lifestyle inflation. And remember, not everyone with money shows it off. So if you can keep within your means and only spend on the things that truly matter in your life, then you're doing really well. So number 7 is talking about money. Now, this is quite a divided opinion, and many older generations shy away from talking about money because it's historically considered taboo, which I feel is a bit silly. I'm not saying go on social media and brag about how much you earn, but if you have friends or family that you can ask for their opinions and perhaps learn from their mistakes, why wouldn't you? The more research and knowledge you have, the better. I have a friend who works in a very similar role to me at a different company. Of course, I discuss salaries with him. We both feel that money should be discussed. Wouldn't you want to know if you're potentially being underpaid so you can ask for a pay rise or look for another job? So if you're talking about money, then you're doing well. And if you do not have anyone to talk about, the fact you are on YouTube educating yourself about finances puts you well ahead of most. So don't forget to subscribe to this channel and give this video a like if you've got any value from it. Now, to wrap this up, you've probably heard it before that if you have a roof over your head, food on your table, clothes on your back, and a place to sleep, then you are already wealthier than 75% of the world. If you have money in the bank, in your wallet, and spare change, then you are among the top 8% of the world's wealthy. It's not your fault that you may sometimes feel like you aren't doing well. Competitiveness is a deeply ingrained human trait that has evolved from cavemen who had to compete for food and those who lost died. It was literally survival of the fittest. So in life, it's ingrained in us to achieve and do our best. So we often compare ourselves to those around us. The problem is, who are you actually comparing yourself against? Your friends, your family, your colleagues, people on social media? You may even be comparing yourself against your own expectations of where you think you should be in life. But comparing yourself to others has no benefit to you, and there is always going to be someone richer than you. So it's important to recognize any small achievements when it comes to finances, and don't be hard on yourself because you're probably doing a lot better than you think. And if you're able to sleep soundly at night without constant worry, then you're truly doing well financially. Financial success isn't just about the numbers in your bank account. And remember, if social media is getting you down, then perhaps it's time to log off for a while and go outside and enjoy the beautiful world we live in. It's been Ollie from Get Geek Finance. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.